Disrespectful nigga.
I'm not.
Where's EJ at?
He sleep.
Okay, I just wanted to tell him good morning before he went to daycare.
All right, I'll FaceTime you when I get in the car.
Alright. You good?
Yeah.
You sure you seem a little short?
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're giving you guys another review of The Shy. Yes, episode 4. We're going to be raking them all out. Don't you worry about that. But listen, I'm enjoying the episodes. On this particular episode, we saw Victor really stepping into his role as somebody who's running to be, a politician for his particular constituency. We're seeing Emmett and Keisha get real close, and I'm enjoying watching their development as well, and excited to see how Tiff is going to take it when Keisha and Emmett break it down to her, because they're gonna have to eventually break it down to her. Also, as well, the family issues between Victor, Trey, and Peach as the mum, and the pregnancy issue that's coming up soon as well. It's a lot that's happening, honestly. And then Duda, once more again, I don't know what Tracy was thinking. You sleep with the devil gives you gifts. Okay, all right. We're going to talk a little bit about this episode and break it all the way down with a few clips. If you're new to the channel, do me a massive favor. Like it, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification of uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, really know what it is, baby. You got the middle rows. You got the middle rows. Stay hydrated because the streets out there, they are hot. Let's get into this video and drop with our first clip of the day. A beautiful moment watching Keisha and Emmett. Keisha, obviously, a single mother, trying to get her education on as well. It's never easy, first and foremost. But it's a beautiful moment watching her sit down, trying to do her work whilst Emmett's looking after the kids. This is the kind of TV we want to see. These are the kind of images we want to see. We want to see black young couples making it work. Now, of course, Emmett and Keisha have history, and the history is very long. And obviously them being together now at this point in time is also a sore point, because Tiff is his ex-wife. Well, not officially ex yet, because they haven't finished the divorce. But now Keisha's also friends with Tiff, so it's just messy. It's messy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like a messy go round. Now, first and foremost, obviously Tiff became friends with Keisha. Keisha obviously had Emmett first, but to find themselves the way back that they have, I kind of like their dynamic. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see how much Keisha really appreciates Emmett, and I can also see how much Emmett appreciates Keisha too, and they seem to be really grounded. I mean, then again, I say that we saw the same thing with Tiff when they first started, but you can really see that Keisha is somebody who's gonna ground Emmett and be a team player and a supportive individual person. Whereas we didn't really see that as much with Tiff, or at least we're starting to see that with Tiff right now more and more. So it was a beautiful moment to see that. What was interesting also was a scene where Keisha. Man, I felt for her in this moment. You know what? Trying to do your work in any establishment when you're in an institution, educational institution, is never easy. And then to do it when you've got a baby screaming in your ear, forget the F. I would have tore the house down. Do you know what I mean? So this is some of the plights that many black women are actually facing in our generation. Young people where they're single parents trying to make it through education, trying to do better for themselves. But having a child is never easy, trying to make it all the way through. But what I would say is, this is also an important lesson for any young black girls and young black men. Listen, having a baby is not a joke. Wrap it up, okay? Wrap it up. Don't play. Don't try to get around it. Wrap it up, okay? Don't get wrapped up in the D. Please get wrapped up in the C, okay? Get yourself a condom and don't play around this thinking that this is a small thing. Having a child with another woman, yo, it takes energy, it takes money, it takes time. You have to change. Oftentimes people have to change their trajectory of where they thought they were going, because they've got to make adjustments now, right? So, yeah. And then final clip on...
Disrespectful nigga.
I'm not.
Where's EJ at?
He sleep.
Okay, I just wanted to tell him good morning before he went to daycare.
All right, I'll FaceTime you when I get in the car.
Alright. You good?
Yeah.
You sure you seem a...
Now, this moment was tense. Because, look, I'm not going to lie to you, I would have done the exact same thing. I wasn't ready to have that conversation. And I can understand why he didn't want to tell Tiff straight away what the situation was. Because let me tell you this now, look, I'm just trying to figure out what this is between me and you. We just literally had, a kissy session. I've fallen asleep on the sofa. It's been intense. We're getting close. Before I know what it is, I don't want to tell Tiff before it destroys what we actually can build. I'm starting to like you. I'm starting to fall for you. I'm appreciating the time I spend with you. I don't want to ruin that by now telling Tiff. And besides, I get his point. Tiff never told me when she's moving on. But, in all honesty, you want to be open because you've got kids together. This can get real messy when people get in their feelings. So, I understand why in that moment he decided I'm not going to tell her that, Keisha's round here at the moment. It would have caused mayhem and a problem. But he's going to have to eventually tell her. Like, there's no way around it. Do you know what I mean? No way around it at all. So, lovely watching them two. I want to see more of their relationship. I can't lie to you. But I'll be honest with you, when it comes to relationships in this aspect, with them, with Keisha and Emmett, let's be very, very clear. Honesty is the best policy. I don't like the fact that you've gone back to your ex and your ex is friends with your ex-wife. But since we're here, let's keep it honest and let's keep it truthful. That the Bible says that the truth will set you free. Okay, the truth does that, regardless of whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, whether the fact that it's easy or not. The truth does set people free, and it frees people from the constraints of having to lie and be deceptive their whole entire time dealing with somebody. It's just long, and the pain even doubles, triples, quadruples when you're lying for an extended period of time and someone finds out that was no longer the reality.
Picture in front of the house is gonna help us get the word out, then y'all should do it. Sometimes you gotta do shit you don't want to do to get to where you're going.
I know that's right.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to.
Now, what's really interesting about this is Trig, Victor, is literally falling into place. We saw him the last few episodes, not really sure about what he wanted to do, not sure if he wanted to take on a politician role, not sure if he wanted to lie, not sure if, he was not sure of a lot of things, right? Because he seems like an honest, genuine young man who's trying to make a really straight and narrow path, right? But now he's got this young lady who's an influence on him, who's trying to get him to polish up the image while simultaneously lying to the people. And so now she's all about publicity, and not publicity in a bad way, but in terms of building their brand. Like he said to Shard, their followers are going up. The numbers are flying through the roof because people are believing the lie, the story you're telling them, which is you're in a monogamous relationship with the cis hetero black women. That ain't the case. You like trans women. Okay, all right, and now we're seeing a situation come about. So he genuinely is an honest man in a dysfunctional world, and he's trying to play the role according to his moral code. But the world that he wants to enter into is run by sharks, wolves, and tigers, and they are willing to take and are willing to kill, steal, and destroy to make their dreams happen. And that forces you to make a decision. Will you stay true, naive, and ignorant, or will you change? That's the most difficult thing about human beings and dealing with them, especially in such an environment as politics as well. This watch is
take it. There's a lot of people counting on me, bro. I can't let them down.
I can feel that.
Mm-hmm. But you need to stop looking at Tierra and start focusing on Daisy.
Now he talks about the pressures that he faces. We now know that obviously Victor is aware of the fact that Rock and Trinity House could be taken from them, and because of that, he feels, right, that he must now put the weight on his shoulders. I think that speaks a lot about who and what kind of person he actually is. Somebody who takes on responsibility, but also realizes that his impact and his actions go far-reaching. Right, we saw that first and foremost with how he lost Amani, the fact that he got into, he beat up Bakari, and rightly so, to be honest. He broke into my car, what do you expect? But he was set up. And then we see again this necessity of, I need to carry the world on my shoulders. Now, hey, look, many of us have carried these burdens before into why we go to choose a particular course or a particular degree or particular educational path because our parents said so. We want to make them proud. And I think with Trig and Victor, he wants to make not only himself proud but make his family proud, and also as well bring change. The thing is, this seems like if I'm going to go down this way, I have to play some type of game. That's how he feels like, right? And maybe he does, because politics is a game. It is not smooth sailing. It's not for the faint-hearted either. And there's no real heroes in the political world. It's only just villains who are adhering to a code. And I think so in that scene in the car, he lets indirectly Shard know, listen, there's a lot of weight on my shoulders. And because of that, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make these moves happen. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that people that are around me are taken care of. That is the origin of a good villain, okay? Who loved and, you know, did all he did because he loved. I mean, Thanos said the same thing, to be honest, you know what I mean? But, hey, that's another story for another day. Next part is this.
Trinity House was founded by a black trans woman named Imani. She had the courage to speak up when no one else would. She transformed this place into a safe space for women, and she helped.
Now, we know Victor's love for trans women, and this actually starts off a relationship, or at least some type of sexual relationship is probably going to start from the fact that he's talking to this young lady. They were way too close, way too excited when he was answering this question, but most importantly, he makes it known that, again, Imani was a trans woman who started this movement. Now, the key thing is he took it on, and again, took on the responsibility and became a leader of it. It seems that when he's called up, he's a man that delivers. Right? This is a man. All right? Because when he's called up, he delivers. We saw that with his brother when he came, he delivered. He became an older brother. We saw that with his mum, he delivered in how he looked after her when she came. We see it with political campaign now, taking on the role, he's delivered. Taking on rock, he's delivered. What has he not taken on and not delivered? He's a man who makes decisions, a man who delivers and to his promises and does what he says. He said, like he said to the past, like he said, not even to the past, but what he said to, I can't remember who it was now, I've forgotten, but it'll come back to me. But he, you know, he's all about the people. That was it. He said that it's all about the people. He said to her off the record, it's all about the people, and he wants to make sure that he serves the people. And that's interesting because that's what the gospel's about. It's about servitude, right? Serving the people. The gospel is all about making sure that you serve others before you talk about serving yourself. Okay, cool.
I care about these people. It's not just a career move for me.
I believe you.
Now, my thing is this as a question. When you have a partner, which he does, fake or real, Tierra, the way he's engaging with this young lady is a problem. Like, you are not even hiding your madness. Like, that's why Shard had to come and check Victor and say, bro, like, you're doing too much. You are too obvious with your intent and your energy and your attraction for. Too obvious. And if you want to play this political game and you want to do whatever it takes, you need to have a killer instinct, but you also need to know how to act very, very well. And I think that's an area that he's learning to do. But how good is it a relationship to start if you're going to start on a foundation that's rocky because you're not really being honest? Your supporters are not getting honest truth from you either because you are doing something that is not honest. You are dating this young lady as a fake thing rather than dating the real woman you want, which is a trans woman. That's why Shard got at him. Listen.
What's up?
Nigga, is you stupid? How you gonna push up on another woman in front of all these people?
Man, I ain't push up on nobody. We was just talking.
Nigga, please.
And quite clearly, Shard is aware because Victor is Shard saw it. Like, yo, bro, if I can see it, other people can see it. You know, and he really needs to open his eyes. Like, listen, your behavior outwardly, you can't just move mad anyhow. You can't just move and do anything you want. You can't just behave anyhow. You've got to make sure, bro, that you're all eyes and all ears at all time. If you're going to decide you're going to go down the lying route, if you're going to lie well, right? But the honesty is, again, his honesty is problematic because the world he's going into is full of wolf in sheep's clothings. Your naivete has to end now if you want to have any chance of going into the political world because it's a game of chess, not checkers. Right? Okay. Let's talk about it. And then my final point.
How are you gonna fire me?
I won't have a choice. You asked me to help you get Victor's record clear.
When you deal with the devil comes biting back. She knew when she dealt with Duda. Duda comes with a whole lot of madness. Duda's not free. Duda's not easy. Duda comes with network. Duda comes with his own agenda. Duda comes with his own plans. when you deal with the devil, don't expect the devil to be lenient. That's what she's failed to understand. She thought she can get away with it, but sissy, no. No. The need for help that you went for is at a price. And that's how the devil works. It's not free that you're getting riches and fame and all that kind of stuff. It comes at a price, and the price is your soul. And the same thing's happening to Tracy. But what I want to focus on as a last point, main thing, is dealing with Trey.
I don't want to make a promise to be there for her when we might not even what?
Woo, Chile, talk about a way to open up your relationship to an argument and people feeling like they're not loved. Now, Dre wants to adopt the young girl because obviously social services have come because her older brother, I think it's Jamal or whatever, is in prison. And because he's in prison, he can't look after her no more. He's no longer her legal guardian. He's in there for life. So now she needs a place to stay. And Dre's like, listen, let her stay with us. She's almost 18. At 18, she can do whatever she wants. We don't have to figure that out now. Let's just deal with this particular part. And I actually agree with Dre. I was like, all right, go on, that's cool. Now, obviously Kevin's mom, I can't remember her name, is like, whoa, this is a big responsibility. I don't know if we want to ready for this. And I get why she's also pushing back, because you have to really deep it. We're about to adopt somebody. It's not as easy as just adopting her. We're literally adopting her, which means that's our responsibility for life now. So it's different from her just staying here. This is her responsibility for life. Am I sure I want to sign up for that? But then the biggest issue of that particular conversation is that she says, when she's not sure if they're going to last. Whew. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. The girl's almost 18 and you're not sure if you're going to last. Someone who was talking big talk last week about we've seen therapists, we've gone through this, we've gone through that, and now you're not sure if they're going to last. Why are you having second doubts, second thoughts? What's going through your head? What's happening in a relationship that you can't even rely on the fact that we could potentially last a long time? What is happening in a relationship? What have you seen? What are you feeling? Because we need to have a real conversation about why you can't foresee a future, or at least what you see in the future is potentially has an aspect of it, us not making it. What's your thoughts around that? Why are you having that conversation in your head? Right? Why? That's a big question, So that's a question they're going to have to ask themselves.
Woman, you've been reading too many of those memes. Those social media therapists, they got you talking crazy.
Look, I chose you.
Damn right.
You can't coast and you can't be lazy. But honestly, sometimes people in relationships, when they get you, their work all just stops. And the reason being is because their value of you was just to get you. That's all they cared about. We know later on, obviously, he goes shopping and he gets something for them to go out later on. So he has heard and he has learned. But I said, before I saw that part, I said, they're back in that cyclical cycle again. They're back in that same place they were last time, where it was less about the growth and where they were now and more about just sex, right? He's wanted her to come back. He says he loves her. Then, my friend, show us a changed behavior, which he did later on, but show us changed behavior, right? The sex is fine, but you're talking about a relationship. You're talking about potentially even marriage if that comes up, right? So, yeah, for me, Darnell was showing me a little bit of a red flag there, and I was like, but he pulled it back by, actually listening to her. And in relationships, we must listen to one another and grow with it. We must listen to one another because you're telling us your preference and what you want. And therefore, I can then make an educated decision and go, okay, I can do that for you, right? All important. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads.